My dad didn't hit us. He didn't drink. He coached my soccer team and brought orange slices every Saturday. Everyone in our neighborhood thought he was the best father alive. He was also the reason I learned to hide every bruise like my life depended on it, because sometimes it felt like it did. My father had this thing about weakness. Not weakness like crying, he didn't care about that. Weakness like imperfection. Like any sign that his kids weren't performing at the exact level he'd decided was acceptable. I was 9 the first time I understood something was wrong. I got a C on a spelling test. I hid it. He found it anyway, going through my backpack while I slept. He woke me up at 6 a.m., sat me at the kitchen table, and made me write every missed word 500 times, both hands, alternating, until they cramped. I thought that was discipline. I was 9. By the time I was 12, the rules had multiplied into something I couldn't keep track of anymore. Grades had to hit specific numbers. Meals had to be eaten in a specific order. If I laughed too loudly, there were consequences. If I cried, worse consequences. My little brother learned to eat with his eyes down. My mom scheduled her emotional breakdowns for when dad traveled for work. We called those weeks breathing weeks. The first time I told someone outside our house, I was 13, my best friend, Marcus. We were sitting on the bleachers after soccer practice when I started talking and couldn't stop. I described one specific night, a dinner where I'd said something wrong and my dad made me sit at the table alone until midnight, and Marcus's face did this thing, this slow, horrible shift. He didn't say it was bad parenting. He said, "That's not normal, man." 4 words. I went home and cried into my pillow so hard I gave myself a headache, because I already knew. I'd always known. But hearing someone else say it made it real in a way I couldn't unfeel afterward. Things got worse when I started high school. My dad wanted to approve my friend group. He read my texts. He showed up to school events I hadn't told him about, just to confirm I was where I said I was. Junior year, I joined the school newspaper without asking permission first. He found out 2 weeks in. He didn't yell. He sat across from me at dinner and said, "You made a decision that affects this family without consulting me." Then he made me quit, in person, in front of my editor, a senior named Priya, who looked at me with this expression I still think about, like she was filing something away. Priya pulled me into the hallway afterward. "You okay?" she asked. "Yeah," I said, automatic. She looked at me for a second longer than felt comfortable. "My cousin had a dad like yours," she said. "It doesn't get better by itself." I didn't respond. I walked to class, but I thought about that sentence for weeks. It doesn't get better by itself. The thing that finally broke it open wasn't dramatic. No single explosion. It was a form. Senior year, my school required a family questionnaire for college counseling. Routine stuff. One question asked students to describe their home environment using a list of descriptors. I sat there with the paper and my pen, and I checked the box that said high stress. Then I unchecked it. Then I checked it again. My counselor, Ms. Torres, called me in to review the form. She asked about that box. I said it was nothing. She nodded, made a note, and before I left, she slid a card across her desk face down. "You don't have to call it," she said, "but keep it." It was a local family crisis line. I kept it in my jacket pocket for 3 months. Moved it from jacket to jacket. Couldn't throw it away. I called on a Tuesday in February. What happened after that was slow and imperfect, and involved conversations I'm still not fully ready to describe, but it happened. A counselor, a caseworker, documentation. I didn't even know my school had been quietly building. My dad didn't go to prison, but we went to live with my aunt, and for the first time in my life, I ate dinner without calculating what my face was doing. Last month I started college. My dorm room is a mess. Nobody made me clean it. I left it that way on purpose.